Okay, AMA time with Punit Pania. And of course, this is the third time we're doing this. But Punit, you're doing lots of shows. Apparently, you're going to Britain. Somebody told me that you were seen at BKC looking for visa.
I was looking for an auto actually, Mila nahi, but
Did you get the auto? Because visa you can get easily.
no, auto I didn't get. They're charging like $250. So I told him, अपन मुंबई में ही है ना. So he started giving.
He thought you were going to London in the auto.
You know, rant, Ola, Uber, ये करता है, वो करता है.
Yeah.
I'm like, I mean,
They're always angry. And now they have reason to be.
Yeah,
40 years ago, there was no reason. Now,
No, I thought it was because Chief Minister.
Chief Minister doesn't use the auto. Don't worry.
But he's a mascot, no?
He's a mascot for lots of things. Mascot for Valkeshwar. Oh, who's the Chief Minister? Now it's Devendra.
Oh, yeah. Now,
Devendra Bhai is different.
As we speak,
Yeah.
Devendra Bhai is...
It's a little controversial because Vidarbha now runs Maharashtra in a sense.
Yes.
So that's where he's from.
Yes.
Don't want to get into that space, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's a bit odd.
And also he upper caste person
Oh,
replaced.
yeah. I don't get Brahmin and all that. Now don't bring that up because, you know,
But
as
that
the only non-Brahmin in the room, I resent this.
That is what was claimed, that no, it was magnanimous of them to keep Shinde and be more inclusive.
Wow, you had to get into this topic, huh? I thought we were safe. I went over the topics. I thought it was
Politics
safe.
is never safe, Cyrus. First question, in fact, is from Raj. He's asking, is Devendra Fadnavis' new role as BJP legislative leader a Diwali gift to the party, or are we expecting fireworks on display in the legislature?
Well, as we're recording this, the swearing in will happen in a couple of hours in Azad Maidan. I'm going to miss it, boys. Sorry, yaar. Wanted to come, but, problem getting parking.
It's a better podcast also, actually, than this one.
No, but did you hear what he said? So Fadnavis said his whole point was that there's no chief minister as such. Now I'm translating from Marathi, so please understand this may be wrong. There's no chief minister as such. It's more like a technicality. This who is the chief minister? We are a collective. We are a community. This is democracy at its finest. Yeah. We will work together. A technical baat hai ki, someone has to hold chief minister.
So I'm taking the burden.
I'm taking the, whatever. I came to me, so I'll take, that kind of thing. But it's a collective.
But what does this imply? That he'll become the legislative leader as well of the party?
But he will be, in terms of Vidhan Sabha. He's the leader of the party and he's the leader of the... I mean, who's deciding all this, we all know, right? That's the main thing. If your parents decide everything, then they decide everything. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I feel the problem happened for Mr. Shinde when they did not get enough seats, or they got some seats, but the BJP got so many more seats on their own.
So
then suddenly the power equation just changed completely.
Can't argue with that. Yeah. They're only 7-8 seats short of majority by themselves.
Correct.
And there are people standing outside his office right now, ki le lo mere ko.
And they did a double insurance. See, now you got to respect the BJP's thinking. A double insurance scheme. Just how we have done double insurance with the mic, because our mics are not working, so this is the 5th time we're doing this. So just think of it. You've got Shinde. If he misbehaves, you've got Ajit Bhai.
Yeah.
If Ajit Bhai misbehaves, you've got Shinde. And the worst case scenario, who knows? Maybe they'll contact somebody from another party, 2 independents, whatever, if they need it.
Yeah.
So it's superb work here. I think as a student of politics, I do salute this thinking of having one and then two.
Diwali gift, indeed. The EVMs have spoken.
Yeah. Well, Diwali is gone now. But if we dare say Christmas gift, I guess someone will say, "Ye apna culture mein nahi hai." It's not in our Sanskriti and Parampara. Can it? Yeah.
There's a very feel-good news, which is that Vivek Oberoi is back in the news.
Yeah, I heard he's worth... I don't know, but the internet just lies. 1,200 crores.
Just suddenly, out of nowhere.
As a real estate mughal.
Real estate mughal.
Yeah. Now I know Oberoi builders all over the country. Yeah. Huge.
That's him.
No. But it's true. Oberoi builders are huge. Yeah.
I did see his face in an ad for a real estate project in Dubai.
Yeah.
In a magazine somewhere. Right? So, I thought he's just the face.
No. So there's some partner whose name I think is more visible.
Okay.
I don't know what the partner's name is, but just like we have 2 deputy chief ministers, they've got 2 or 3 people, and it's democracy. Even in buildings and real estate, you have democracy. So 3-4 people form a partnership, whatever. Yeah. The main point is it did well. It's done really well, and I don't know. I'm just telling what the internet says. Please, guys, understand that we are rereading because you're lazy and haven't read this. It's not like we've done any due diligence.
Timing is so perfect because the Aishwarya Bachchan divorce is in the news.
You think that's part of the deal?
People are saying this is
I didn't even think of that. You're so evil.
It's like after interval, when Shuni Shetty comes back, and now he's a rich man.
Yeah.
And then
But that's a lie. Sunil Shetty was born a rich man. So that's the story.
Yeah,
Story's
all
not
Shetties
good.
are rich.
Yeah,
No, but in Dhadkan.
Wow.
Yeah, then he meets Shilpa's.
So that way, if I go back to Sholay, Thakur didn't have arms. You know what I mean? I'm going to be very careful about where we're getting our stories from.
But see, importance for a comeback story like this, you have to. The chappal has to be with you from your poor days. No? You have to show that.
He was never poor.
Compare it. Why are people surprised?
No, they are surprised because he's got more money than Ranbir Kapoor, who made a movie on Janwars or something like that, which is on Nat Geo. Big film. Causes controversy. I don't know why. If you like animals, watch it. Don't like animals, don't watch it. What problem is it?
Apparently, he also bought a Rolls Royce.
No, so that Rolls Royce Ghost. I don't know.
Yeah, 12 crores.
12 crores, yeah. That makes me very sad. You know, honestly. As what I thought was an upper middle class Indian, then he psychs you out with this kind of thing, you know.
Yeah.
Because if you want to buy, let's say, spend 5 more lakhs on a car and you're spending the whole year thinking about it, then somebody buys a 12 crore, think for his dad. Mere liye bhi nahi hai.
But he'll get stuck in signal again.
Yeah, of course, 100%. Wasn't Kunal Khemu in Signal? Sorry, Punit, sorry. I don't have any gigs at the moment, so I have to do something.
Isn't Kunal is Soha's husband, right?
That's the way you want to sort this whole thing out.
Now I'm just trying to connect.
They are married to each other. No one's somebody something. It's like saying, Aisha's my wife. You say that, she'll slap you. I mean, for 2 reasons. One, the feminist, chauvinistic point.
You can't own anybody.
You can't own anybody.
Even your dog, you don't own your dog also.
No, I've stopped saying that. I'm saying we are together. With the dog, because with the dog, there's no argument. With the wife, I don't say that. I don't want any trouble. Yeah.
So you don't say, now you say pet parent. You're not a pet
parent,
owner.
all that. Yeah. Because, but there's something to that my dog crap and all. Until your dog shits on the neighbor's front yard. Then kiska kutta, it changes completely.
Yeah, I guess it is kind of Roman for you to say this is my dog.
I don't even like saying my kids anymore because I'm not sure what they're up to. So, why take that extra responsibility? Yaar? What do you think? Sometimes my wife gets all emotional and sends messages. I mean, many people do this. I love my kids. They're the greatest and all. I'm like, everybody says they're the greatest
Who
kids.
does he send it to?
In that little group chat of me, her and Kunal. But it's true. And I'm like, what the hell? Who says that? My kids are the greatest and all. This is ridiculously stupid. But she does it rarely, thank God. Because every parent says that, but what I mean, it makes no sense. Yeah. If everybody's kids were the greatest, would we have a Hitler? For example, I'm only going there. I'm not going to modern day fascism. I'm only going there. Stay there. But don't go ahead in life.
I'm saying
stay in the 40s. You can say what you want. 40s mein kuch bhi bol sakta hai. Abhi sir, please see this guy doesn't draw parallels with Putin and others in the neighborhood.
I'm saying till 37, Hitler was the greatest for his mothers also. Because you're doing so well.
Yeah, only mother. Father was a horrible man apparently. Maybe caused the Hitler to be Hitler.
But yeah, he made him into the man
he was very upset. He thought he was effeminate, trying to be a painter and stuff. Yeah.
And that's why the moustache.
No, but my worry is I also think like this. Not like Hitler, like his dad. Which means, whose kids are the greatest now?
You saw that picture of all the top leadership watching a propaganda movie together?
No, 1 second.
From the Nazi times.
Oh, much gaya. Mami, kuch bhi bolo. Goebbels, Himmler, kuch bhi bolo. Don't worry. There's no one to take us on. Yeah. Watching what? What were they watching?
A propaganda movie.
A propaganda movie.
Yeah.
What fun, na? The only movies you're allowed to watch is how great your boss is. Yeah. Okay, stop. Stop. I walked into that. I'm sorry. Just stop, please.
Okay. We
go back to Vivek Oberoi.
We'll take
Oberoi
a hard...
builders.
Yeah, so no, that's about it. And people are surprised that they thought this guy done for, but he was secretly building an empire.
No, but let's clarify. What is definite is not come from movies. Although he's a pretty good actor and done well in his own way and all that, but the money's not come from movies. So it's not fair to do that. If your business is done well, then you have to put him against Raheja builders. Don't put him against Ranbir Kapoor or whoever else because it's a whole different world. Yeah, it's not fair. So as a builder, very good, excellent work. Yeah.
But what did you make of the whole?
Can I tell you my story about Vivek Oberoi? So when he was an unknown, I mean, because of Suresh Oberoi, people knew who he was in college. Me and this fellow called Vijay Kunalkar, we were judges at Malhar. And he took part in a Mr. Personality contest.
He's a Xavierite.
No, he came from some other college, but the performance was in Malhar.
And he came with that...
I found out he was Suresh Oberoi's son. Before the thing was over, say we were on the fourth participant, I gave him the victory. I'm like that. And Kunal is even lazier. He used to copy my sheet. So he'll just take the sheet, copy, because they make you write bloody visual, looks, performance, creativity, point to notes, exceptional points. Then who's going to write all that?
Yeah.
I mean, it's very hard, yeah.
I never did Malhar.
But I love being a judge. If you're insincere, you just have to make up numbers, no? And you 8-7, 8-7, you don't want to be mean. 8-7, 8-7, they're all close at the end. So 9, when they sit and judge, give us 2 more minutes. You have to remember to have one guy, whoever the fuck, have 9s in just one.
Yeah.
And then you're okay. Otherwise it goes on and on.
Do you give feedback also like Dance India Dance?
If I remember.
कि थोड़ा आपका 19-20 हो गया ऐसा.
How? That's the best feedback because they can cut paste it anywhere. You don't even have to it's not even it's just generic, yeah. No. I'm very good. I would do all the talking because Vijay would be asleep, poor chap. He has no patience for all this. Because out of 9-10 people performing, 4 or 5 would be worse than, the Rajya Sabha early morning. Really not happening. Yeah. Did you ever do this in college? In college, were you didn't do your comedy stuff when you were a...
No, there's long
discovered
back. I was
You're like Baman Irani. You reached your art form later in life.
I'm a late bloomer.
So what did you do in college? In college, what was your extracurricular?
I did science. There's no extracurricular after that.
No, but kuch to tha na? Saransh and Paransh and Malhar and all these festivals.
I didn't do it because you're doing college for twice the amount of hours that arts people are doing it.
Stop shitting on us, okay? It was hard doing arts. We couldn't remember the name of the subject. Sometimes it was so bland. You
3 hours and then you're free. And we are there till the evening. Then you have to fill up journals. And then you do Malhar.
And you had practicals.
Yeah, practical. And then you fall sick. What's the point?
Wow. So no extracurricular.
I didn't do it. I mean, I did a honors program, which is extracurricular.
Wow, you were a nerd.
Yeah.
Wow, from nerd to this wonderful creation. So all the frustration made you a comedian.
Probably.
Your entire life sucked. And it sucked and sucked and sucked. And you said, I'll do comedy and
Still
it'll get
does to
better.
some extent.
And now it's much worse. Yeah.
Because I'm still in Kandivali. So
not only are you still in Kandivali, you're trying to change the world with your vision and unfortunately not making an impact. I know what you're going through.
Yeah.
And I'm saying this as a friend. I'm not saying this to put you down.
And changing the world without budget is very difficult.
Yeah.
You can't.
As we found out in the Maharashtra elections. Just a joke, yaar. Come on. All Maharashtrians are here. Well, one. Only one Maharashtrian in the room, huh? The old Shiv Sena would have taken action. Now nobody cares, yaar. Ek hi hai bhai, son of the soil. Huh? Kai bol? Bol.
You used your entire Marathi for the day.
I used up. And that was not even correct. Not bol bol was enough. I got bored. Yeah.
Lekha has asked us a question about the ongoing test series between Pakistan, is it? And West Indies.
No, there's no Pakistan, West Indies.
Bangladesh and West Indies.
Bangladesh won the second test in West Indies. Now, this is so sad for me as a West Indies fan because Bangladesh
You're
now...
still a fan?
I love my West Indies because but they're only playing T20 cricket with any kind of flair now.
Yeah.
They're struggling. They won the first test easily, but I don't know how they lost the second one to Bangladesh.
So
and remember, we hammered Bangladesh in 2 days. And then New Zealand hammered us in 3 tests consecutively. And then we hammered Australia on their fastest wicket. So it's all topsy-turvy in my head right now. You know, what I grew up on and how cricket has gone all over the place.
Yeah.
It's almost like Indian politics and cricket are the same. Can't tell what's happening half the time. Yeah.
But the EVMs have spoken.
Okay. Going back to 1930s Nazi Germany, your point.
Yeah. You think EVMs are like Duckworth-Lewis system?
But I like Duckworth-Lewis system. Yeah. So then you're putting me in a very difficult spot here. See, I want to say one thing. I don't want to support anybody or the centre or anything. But where's the proof that the EVM can be nicked, can be tampered with? I don't get it. Explain the process.
So they say that...
they say that you sound like my mom. My mom tells me they say it's going to rain today. Okay, who's they?
The allegations are that they're bringing in this EVMs with full charged battery.
And?
Yeah.
So explain to me as a techno retard. I don't understand. Tell me.
And there are villages and constituencies in the state who are saying that there's no way this guy's got even 100 votes. So there is a village that wanted to vote again.
How do you facilitate the cheating? I don't understand that. We press a button, it goes, the software is there, right? Yeah. And that's all there is to it. So how do you make sure that that button... supposing I'm not that I did this, I press for ice cream, not that I did that. Ice cream is actually not ice cream, but that's how you explain it.
It's one of the parties is ice cream symbol.
It's not really ice cream, but I have to explain to my mother. Yeah. And I could only do this much. If you want, this is called ice cream, this is called this, that. How do you explain the names? We had all kinds of strange people, no famous people except Mr. Lodha, who won easily. No, so explain to me the EVM. So I press the button, what happens?
So what we've been seeing since Lok Sabha election is that they report one number for the number of people who voted. And that number keeps going up. By evening it's a different number. By second day it's a different number. By fifth it's a different number.
How does the software support this? Or how do you manipulate it? I don't understand that. So I'm pressing a button, you get that number only, right?
Yeah.
I press number 1.
There are also observers with each counting at each poll station. There are observers who are there. Now, if Congress is too lazy to be there, then that's their problem.
No, the problem is not that. He was in Congress, the Observer. By the end of the day, he switched to BJP. So that's a whole different situation altogether. Yeah, but I'm skeptical about this EVM cheating.
Yeah.
I understand money power, I understand muscle power.
But when you see how much they manipulate everything else, and you see how much ECI is completely compromised, they do whatever the party.
We need someone to explain it technically.
Then why would they leave the counting out?
I understand your philosophy is right. The thinking is correct. But explain to me how. Until we have a how, I mean, we can't. This is accusation in the air only. What does it mean? Because till today, nobody is explaining. I know, see, Germany and Japan have banned it. Two of the most efficient countries in the world when it comes to tech, right?
Yeah.
There's,
Elon has said it himself. It's hackable.
But how is it hackable?
If they don't investigate, how will you know?
Bro, now he's scaring me.
Yeah.
So you're saying that like that?
There's one argument which said that, no, the example was how in the World War, when Britain finally cracked the Enigma code.
Yeah.
They let the U-boat still sink a few of the ships
so
that
that
the
they don't
Germans
know.
wouldn't know that the code is cracked.
Yeah.
So similarly,
That's called evil genius.
Yeah.
Really.
So you let go of J&K, you take the Haryana. You let go of Jharkhand, take the Maharashtra.
Jharkhand, they had no chance. I spoke to Mr. Soren. There's no chance. There are some states where, it's going to be very difficult for them, but they don't need them anymore.
And
They've
also
got
the
enough.
strike rate, if you see here, is even they are surprised.
Yeah. But, also these polls that we do, I don't know whether the West is better than us. These polls have of late come out all wrong. Though.
All of them. Yeah.
And that also, I know it's a sample study, but you talk to people as they exit. Do you lie? Is that a possibility? Like for safety, you say this and then you actually do that. Or to look good, you go left with your, look like, I'm one of those guys.
Ultimately, you look bad only when the results come
I don't know, man. I'm
one
struggling with my people around me where I live. We have to explain to them who they are. Where's the question of support this one or that one? It's almost like going to third standard and explaining maths to kids, algebra or something. It's like fundas are very difficult to understand. Ye kaun hai, wo kaun hai. That's why I have to go to symbols.
This one meme which has a photo of Aishwarya with Vivek Oberoi, which said opinion poll, and Aishwarya Salmaan exit poll. And result is Aishwarya, Abhishek Bachchan and daughter.
I feel a little bad for them, but even if they're getting divorced or whatever, we should spend so much time over this. It's a personal thing, bro.
If you're a celebrity, everything.
You think? Once you become a celebrity, you should be punished.
Not punished, but you can't help it. No, because
but how much? For the last 6 months, it's
you made your living by being famous. Yeah. Now you have to live with the consequences.
Today in the morning, one of these top shot corporate, I think pharma head or insurance head, was shot in the morning while we were recording this in America. Coming out, going to a meeting at 6:45. Some hit happened. That's a story we should be discussing. But we're stuck with this Abhishek Aishwarya thing. It's still top of the news. This poor guy died, sitting on a huge amount of...
The celebrity, the benefit, every time they get a new haircut, people want to know what's happening with them. Then, of course, people want to know about the divorce also.
Okay. Speaking on my divorce has not come true. I don't know. I can't speak. I should not. Yeah. The EVMs have manufactured all this.
Yeah, we respect that you respect
Did
our
you
privacy.
vote, Punit?
Huh? Oh, yeah.
No?
Twice. Another piece of news which is alien to me. Shalini is asking, did you get a chance to watch Mallorca 1, Barcelona 5 at the La Liga?
No, but I did get to watch Man City and Man U getting hammered, and Liverpool Man City 2-0, which is great. So I think the end of Man City, which is just for us Liverpool fans, sort of pseudo Liverpool fan, a very good moment in life. Worry is Salah will not be there most likely, and Salah has been even better. Pretend you know what I'm talking about. Yes. Now, what do you think me and my wife do when we have good discussions? Other day she was talking to me about painting the bedroom, not this one, the second bedroom where somebody else lives. And it was horrible. It was like
do you nod even, or you don't even, you just zone out?
No, I've learned from my Xavier's days, because I used to sit in front, because in front you can chat with girls and they don't bother. Back, they're always looking at you. So I learned the technique of, you just look blankly at the teacher, but it looks like you're listening. She's like many of my guests on Cyrus says. So just look like that and just be a little wide-eyed, but you're not listening. There's nothing in your head.
It's like meditation.
Yes, meditation. Yeah. Whenever people give instructions and all that, immediately I go to that. So he's not listening. But man, some conversations are so boring, it's ridiculous. Have you ever been in a conversation where, I hope it's not this one, where you just want it to end?
All the time. After the shows, all the organizers tell me, how are you so patient? Because everybody wants to come and meet and talk. Yeah. and I'm listening actively. Yes, but
Do they ask you questions like, were you born funny? Are you like this at home?
No.
They don't ask you those questions.
No.
God,
Like
man.
my audience, they come prepared.
They know you're funny. In my case, they're not sure.
No, they read books and all. They come prepared with the notes and everything.
How sweet.
Like
Are they correcting you?
No, they're asking philosophical questions.
Oh, nice.
After the show.
So you have a slightly more intellectual audience, what you're saying.
Yeah, and so what happens? They all take pictures, but they don't upload them.
Why? They're waiting for you to explode.
Tapan has asked us about the India-Bangladesh situation, not Test cricket. It's even worse in the political scene.
Well, it's a tough one, no? Because there's definitely locking up arresting our Hindu leaders there. I don't know. It's difficult to say because obviously if you're a minority, then wherever the other countries that you come from, which has a majority, will always be supporting, whether it's, Arabs fighting with
Oppressing
Israel
you.
or, you know. So it's a difficult one to point out to. Also, what legal system is left in Bangladesh at the moment? You put one economist in front and say he's a liberal and all that, great. But other than him, who else is there? The fucking army and police. As a guy who lives in Balkeshwar, all I see is police. I'm not quite happy with that kind of governance, let me tell you.
Yeah, things are definitely bad, but we are exasperating it with all our misinformation, all the IT.
More than misinformation, the headlines from our media, who are independent, always seem to, beat the chest out and say, we'll teach Bangladesh a lesson and all that. Instead of, the same thing with the Canada issue, if the channels behind the scenes sort of get into it and sort things out, these things can be done if you really want to help, rather than beat your chest and make it an emotional situation and get people to say, oh God, they're killing our people and etc.
BJP is holding protests near the border, like shouting across the fence.
Yeah. But they don't understand the Bangladeshis want to come across. This is not helping.
But are we becoming too combative, you think, foreign policy wise?
It's some of the speaking has been aggressive. You're right. Not when we were young in the 90s and all, you would not hear all that. The language used. You're talking about Jaishankar, I suppose, in a way.
And people take his cue, I guess.
No, the damn internet is to blame, no? Because they pick up that one question where he's been abrasive or some particular journalist he wants to teach a lesson. Let's face it, there are a lot of left-leaning journalists. So they are targeting him as well.
Where are they? There are none left now.
No, I'm talking about world politics. So wherever you go, the journalism will be leftish. In India, we don't have journalism. We stopped that. There's a
right.
You've forgotten about this movement called the Goswami movement, after which journalism has been banned. There's no journalists left here, as far as we know. But coming back to Jaishankar, he's quite eloquent, no question about that, and he presents himself nicely visually. But I would tone down the rhetoric, because I thought the whole idea is to spin a story which is neither black and white in your answer. That if you remember your yes minister and yes prime minister, the whole thing is about spinning things where you give no real answer.
Suddenly you give a rebuttal, it looks like it's affecting you. Also.
It's too childish at some point. And you think diplomacy, look at Donald Trump also, his conversation skills, as good or bad as he is, it's like infantile after some time, right? So I don't get that part. And we've got we've got that Polish guy, another Donald, I think, who's running Poland. So they all speak their mind, and people are lapping it up now because that's the new world where you speak your mind and make impact and have a clickbait moment or whatever. But what happened to that diplomacy that we grew up on, where we were just like, you're right, I am pro-Arab and I'm also pro-Israel and I want the war to stop. And, at the end of the day, you have no idea what the answer is. There's a beauty in that.
Did you catch the news about that millionaire who's come to Mumbai, the guy who doesn't want to die?
No. What is this? Oh, yeah, the Johnson.
Yeah, who sucks his own son's blood.
Oh, yeah. I said Johnson, look at the timing. And then your next line was he sucks his... Yeah. Bro. It's not a kind of show with talking about Jaishankar here on one side.
Yeah.
No, so I follow that guy for a little while because, he's got the money to... Do you notice that... Again, I don't want to put people down, but as you do really well in life financially and your needs, it's the Maslow's hierarchy of motive and all that, but it veers one way in this 24th century, if you want to call it that, where basically as you make a lot of money, you suddenly get into this absolutely selfish state. Not self-actualization to serve the community and make the world a better place and help animals and old people and cancer and all, but how can I live longer? Just think about it, because now I have enough money. And so I employ 20 people. That's what he does. He's got 20 people, an army, from nutritionists to scientists to
keep him alive.
To keep him, no, to help him live longer, yeah. And his last meal is at 11 a.m. It's all interesting, no doubt about that, if you want to do that. And then he's done this grafting and tried this technique and that technique. But at the end of the day,
Grafting of what? Skin?
the skin, this, that, all kinds of stuff is happening.
Like plastic surgery.
I don't know if he's actually had plastic surgery, but he's done everything possible to stay alive longer. You have to follow the...
He looks doesn't he look weird?
He looks like, for me, like an old Parsi auntie. And I don't know if that's the look he wants, but I guess you want to live. You want to live. I don't know. I was amazed that as they get really, really into this position of power and influence and all that, they just stuck with themselves.
And after
I'm not
all
saying
of
we are
this, you can
saints,
just
but-
one day just trip down the stairs and die anyway.
Wow, Punit, you're beautiful. I would come to watch your shows. I mean, that's so funny, really. I mean, he's got a team of 40 people, millions of dollars. They kept him alive. He's breathing better. All his vitals are good. His blood work is fantastic. And then a bus hits him.
Intermittent fasting and just fucking falls down one day. It's over.
Ouch, that's horrible. What a story that is. God, I hope that doesn't happen, brother. I mean, he's not a bad guy. He is who he is.
We don't know him enough. He can be a bad guy. Why can't he be a bad guy?
Look, let's...
It's his right to be a
Where
bad
we
guy.
come from-
As a millionaire.
Is he a person who is in charge of changing society by making laws, changing policies? You see, that's the kind of power which allows you to be villainous or not. When you're just a moron rich person who's doing your thing, I mean, how does it really matter? I would be Johnson and
The thing
Johnson
is, a lot
tomorrow if I
of
could.
people are following him, and then I know people in India have started taking metformin because
Not metformin. What's the other thing? The new diabetes drug, Ozempic.
that is for weight reduction. Yeah.
No. So metformin is the old trick. Okay, this is another level. There's a famous Indian director producer who's lost a lot of weight, whose name I can't say apparently, and supposed to be on this.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are more, not just
yeah,
one.
Yeah.
But again, they start looking. Don't do exactly what he said. Don't you do? I don't want to. Maybe sound bitchy.
They don't look young.
Not
like,
they look like ghosts.
Yeah.
They start looking gaunt and scary.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Also,
Why do you want to live forever? If every time you vote,
you don't want
your
the party to end.
your party loses every time you vote. So what's the point of living after some time? Yeah,
So he takes this from his son. It seems.
the blood and all that. Crap,
and then
yeah.
he has a father also, I think. And the father. takes
Everybody
his
has a
blood.
father.
No, who's alive. Like,
Yeah.
And father takes his blood. I think something like that.
Yeah. So okay. So he's now extended to family. But at the end of the day, he's still the center of the project. By the way, he might outlive father and son.
Yeah.
Which will be another irony.
And he met Shloka Ambani, Anand Piramal and Sonam Kapoor. Obviously, these are the thought leaders of India,
yeah.
clearly.
Yeah.
And he's added them to his team of immortals, Rohit is asking.
Yeah, well, that I don't blame him because somebody set it up. What can he do? Whoever he meets, he meets.
The funny part is that he said, I can't take the pollution here, and he's got a bath.
Wow. Even better story. You think Mumbai kills him after all that?
Yeah.
2 days in Mumbai, he's coughing, asthma, bronchitis. Man goes back, and 48 hours later, boom, gone.
Yeah, next day headline is India not for beginners.
Yes, and will those guys, will that Mr. Piramal and all, will they attend the funeral?
Yeah, I guess.
This friendship is very, you have to test your friendship.
Piramal will make a building after the theme. No?
Yeah.
Live forever at Piramal reality is lower Parel. And there's pollution niche.
But are they selling well?
I don't think. Who's buying these things?
I don't know. Not me. What's the Kandivali market like?
So just yesterday, me and Mehta were discussing the rates. So he said my brother is a real estate agent in Seattle.
Akash's brother
Yeah.
is a broker in Seattle.
Yeah. So
Gujaratis, I tell you, he's already cleaning up.
he says Seattle, great place. No, buy a house. I said, must be. Is it comparable to Mumbai? What the ha? 8 crores. I said 8 crores. So nahi. What the ha? But Juhu is 8 crores.
But what do you get in 8 crores?
Like a apartment.
How many square feet?
He said quite. I mean, I
I don't know what kind of Sindhi you are. The first question is you have to look at the square feet and see what the actual ginke dikhao. What is the thing? Then you compare, na?
अरे इतना कौन सोचता है? Just America में flat. Blew my mind there only.
Bloody, some of the cities, they're pigeonhole flats. Baba, this is the flat in New York that you'll get, yeah. This,
in New
you'll be
York.
living inside this tissue box.
Yeah, so like Mumbai only.
No, worse.
Worse than that.
But there's buildings everywhere, you can't breathe. Yeah, that's why that Johnson & Johnson came here. Bryan Johnson. Bryan Johnson? Something Johnson.
Bryan Johnson.
Bryan Johnson. Unless he's in the Mumbai heat and gets the new name Frying Johnson. No.
You think he'll go to Delhi?
Won't make it out of Mumbai alive from what you've told me.
Yeah. So Mumbai is now 100 plus AQI already.
What fun if he was called for the swearing in of the chief minister. For no reason whatsoever. Huh? He just comes. He's just sitting there between Ajit Pawar and Eknath Shinde. Bryan Johnson is sitting there looking really white, which, by the way, makes you look sick for some reason. Yeah.
Did you see
Not
that,
racism.
Did you see that press conference where they're still saying कल तक मालूम पड़ेगा, and then Ajit Dada is like मैं तो शपथ ले रहा हूँ. So then
So Shinde said कल तक मालूम पड़ेगा, but immediately Ajit Pawar said I'm ready. Yeah.
And then Shinde said इनको तो practice है 2 बार लेते हैं सुबह को भी शाम को.
That's nice. So end of the day, there's some stand-up comedy material there as well. I mean, you can't sit into swearing-in ceremony for 3 hours.
3 hours.
I also want to know how many people swear on the Constitution as the thing, as against the holy books.
They
have
have
those options,
option
right?
is there.
Like Sharad Pawar, always Constitution.
Yeah.
He doesn't use any.
Yeah.
But by and large, most of them go to either Bhagavad Gita or Quran or whatever the holy book of your
So
choice.
these guys is clear, no? Branding.
Okay, we take a break and we'll come
But
back.
it's
More about Goebbels, Himmler. Who else we want to talk about?
Yeah.
Hey, it's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. On Cyrus Says, actor and RJ Vrajesh Shirji shares his hilarious journey from ad copywriting to iconic films, Big Boss and Pro Kabaddi. On A Century of Stories India, Kunal unravels the remarkable journey of Kalpana Chawla and Sunita Williams, 2 astronauts who made history in space exploration. Folks, if you like our show, spread the word. Tell your friends and don't forget to rate and review them wherever you're listening to them. Follow us on social media. We are IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram and LinkedIn. You'll also find all our shows on YouTube by their show names, so do look out for them and have fun watching. And finally, we would like to thank our sponsors this week: IDFC First Bank, Axis Mutual Fund, SBI Mutual Fund, ICICI Prudential Mutual Fund.
Sorry, we interrupted Punit's flow just before the break, so now we'll let him.
No, breaks are important.
No. That's what they tell you in Bollywood, no? But now, you're in Bollywood for 40 years and nobody asks you to sleep with them. Isn't that horrible? I mean, you're the only person, everybody's got one story. Kuch to suggest kiya tha, subtly bola, mummy ko bola bahar jao and all that. There was something. And you're the one person, nobody says anything to sexually. Not once.
So start questioning yourself.
Yeah, you're like, your self-esteem will just crumble, yeah. There must be somebody out there who do you think is a hero or heroine nobody's ever wanted. Okay, don't name, Baba. You're very dangerous for the show. He started thinking. He's really getting into it. I got to tell you, this guy is so ugly.
Gotta take a shot at it. Anyway, we got big news coming in from South Korea. Ravi has asked,
yeah, man.
Why did South Korea's president declare martial law and what now?
And the thing is, if you do that, how do we distinguish between you and North Korea?
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. Yeah, it's a mess. And South Korea was... the economy-wise and all that was doing really well a little bit while back.
It's a very unequal society. If you've seen those movies,
you're telling them.
Yeah, if you've seen movie like so they don't have caste, which is good, but they have class, which is
the same thing at the end of the day.
No, but at least you can touch them, no?
Yeah.
Each other.
I mean, there's subtle differences. But at the end of the day, you've got hierarchy, and in the hierarchy, you're either in or out.
Yeah. If you've seen that, what is that? What are the games, fella? Not Hunger Games.
Squid
Games.
Yeah.
If you've seen Parasite, that film.
Can vegetarian Indians watch Squid Games? Because I think technically you should, on moral grounds, not watch a movie called Squid Games.
Yeah.
I'm just asking you this.
Yeah, I don't think you can.
If a movie is called Jinga, even though it's not about prawns, you shouldn't watch it if you're veg.
Yeah.
Right or no?
Even if the movie is underground also, you can't watch.
Well, yeah, but that's now very orthodox.
This is early days of cable, like in cable net.
Yeah, no.
Local cable.
So people think that, you don't get famous because of shows. You get famous because of distribution.
Yeah.
What happened is nobody was watching our shows because our distribution was very poor. Then when Mr. Sunil Lulla took over, he managed to do deals with the cable net, this, that and the other. Then suddenly we were all north, south, east and west. They were forced to watch MTV because we were part of a bouquet. And with that bouquet I had to do cable operator visits. This was the main reason why we went up. They wanted the girls to come, but after some time it became shady, so only I would go. Yeah. Chinnappa would give some excuse because he was bored to hang out with cable operators. Many of them being gundas, let's be honest.
Yeah,
you go to Gurgaon and you meet this Bunty sir. Bunty sir will come with a cricket bat, autographed by himself, saying, Sunil Gavaskar, Kapil Dev, put it in by himself. He's that kind of guy.
So the local cable guy used to play porn in the nights, if you remember.
Yeah. If you're lucky. Not lucky, it was wrong. It was very wrong. Yeah.
Yes, suddenly without warning it would come off. And people are just hoping it might come on today.
Yeah. And it would run for a little while and then go off, because his mom catches him.
Bunty.
And typically the guy running the porn would have a nice name like Aditya Rao or something. It wouldn't be Bunty. Proper. Damn. This those days.
The rhetoric coming from South Korea is so interesting. The president who's pulled off this stunt.
Boon. Huh.
Yeah, he's calling the opposition anti-national. And
Wow, where have you heard that before?
Yeah, and
you heard that before?
Yeah, communist, and they are in
Wow.
cahoots with North Korea. I'm like, wow, this is so familiar.
Who would want North Korea to come into South Korea?
Yeah, but you see the same thing here. They say no Pakistan.
Yeah.
In US they say कि Russia से मिला हुआ है. Same bullshit everywhere.
But the sad part is that one of the most dynamic societies, okay, I'm not talking about the internal society, but economic society. One of the best blueprints for commerce and trade in the last 40, 50 years post-war is South Korea. And now the last few years getting such a bad name. And they can't hold a parliament because it's almost as bad as Karnataka. It doesn't last. It just keeps... which is, in a way, like you're saying, democracy is working, in a sense. The callback, if you want to call it that or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
They're more in the news because the fertility rate is below 1. Have you heard that?
Yeah. So we have to send people from this country whose fertility is very high. This is one way the country...
Even ours is going down. So now Mr.
So
Mohan
I heard
Bhagwat
that.
himself...
Mohan Bhagwat said that you have 3 kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has none, but still...
Wow. Close on Punit. Cyrus is not even interfering. Yeah. I'm with South Korea issue. I'm going to stay there.
And he has specified in his speech that actually you need 2.1, but obviously you can't have a fraction.
Yeah.
So let's say
I'm saying between the 4 of us we have 1 kid. It should be like that. So we have to get 1 female
But
donor.
he's explaining to them like that 3 people in the audience. So no, up 3 karna, 2.1 because he thought...
Imagine after all this they have to play the song Ek Do Teen just to get the point across. Yeah, because the masses.
Yeah, but only 1, 2, 3, no, because at 5...
They have to stop. The DJ is there for that and he'll mix it immediately with what is that girl's name? Dua Lipa. Dua Lipa's track will come in the middle. Just like she did.
So, because at 4 it becomes
we all
jihad.
say her name like the Hindi word dua, no?
Yeah.
I suppose it's pronounced a little bit differently, but we're all like, wow.
There's one
Hindu, ladke yaar.
Twitter account is Bua Lipa.
Oh,
and
wow.
the photo of
Excellent.
some Bua is there.
Not Lipa can also be a disease. Let's not go there. We'll get trolled again. Go on.
Did she perform here last week?
She did. Where were you?
I mean, I'm not a fan of pop.
Neither am I, but you're forced to see it, no? You're okay with the bloody impending divorce of poor Abhishek, but this you didn't see. It was across, right?
But Coldplay still not come, right?
Coldplay.
तो ये आके चली भी गई ऐसे ही.
Because tickets were cheaper. Yeah.
They're cheaper.
Yeah. Her 3rd visit to India, apparently. She was in Jaipur in February for her personal holiday. Yeah, just didn't want to spend money, so came to India.
She had come to open a chakra.
Chakras. Mr. Johnson, calm down, huh? We're on thin ice. Yeah.
Okay, this I didn't get it, but have you watched this movie called Lucky Baskhar?
You bloody Bhaskar.
Lucky Baskhar.
You Lucky Baskhar. I like it. Sounds good.
Dulquer Salmaan is the producer, is it, or the director? He's the actor.
He's the Malu star, no? Yeah. Famous, yeah.
It's Malu.
Bro, what kind of anchor are you?
But this is
if I know and I don't know anything.
It's a Telugu movie. And
so you hit across cultures now wherever the money is. Telugu has much more money than Malayalam. Ask poor young man there, Vishnu. He was trying to break into the Malayalam industry. And then what happened? What did he ask you to do? Compromise. What is it in Malayalam?
That's the Malu point.
I'll tell you what it is in Malayalam.
But Malu Pond separate industry, no? Or same industry.
Suppose the most erudite filmmakers come from Kerala and then you had to hit the one, arguably the best filmmakers. Go on.
So it has got 5 million views, which makes
What has got 5 million views?
This movie, Lucky Baskhar, on Netflix.
Oh. But 1 second. The view thingy is not it's like a sample study time thing. You have to be on for 1 minute or something.
Is it?
Yeah. You don't watch the whole film. You know, like that, how much I've watched?
Even YouTube views are like that.
No, Punit, OTT is a big joke, man, as far as I'm concerned. Because everybody watches a little bit. You are fast-forwarding all the time, pressing that 10-second button. I mean...
It's like TRPs. There must be some criteria.
No, but in the old days, you buy a ticket, you watch a movie. You watch the full movie. You don't like it also, you still watch the full movie. Here, what happens is you're not doing that, bro. I was just going through the other day, trying to find something. You know how many things are... And I'm like... everybody's like the same. You watch a bit, you fast-forward. Kunal, the great Kunal Vijayekar, cannot watch anything full. Everything is fast-forward.
So because
when you test him, he has no idea about the scene.
So he's been in the Reels era forever.
Something like that, yeah. I think documentaries would kill him.
But if this 5 million makes views, then somewhere every episode is 20 million.
May I explain again? No play on the word Samay, but you understand?
President Biden has done a very Indian thing by pardoning his son. And he said, लड़के हैं गलती हो जाती है, he said.
Yeah. Hey, your last act in office is to pardon your own child.
What a bad legacy.
Oh, great legacy. Because end of the day, was a Dilwala, the real family guy. It's a Karan Johar moment for me. It's all about loving your family. For me, it's a great ad.
I think this is the final nail in the Democrats' coffin.
Final nail.
Yeah.
He doesn't know who his son is. That guy is incoherent. Somebody needs to direct him to what's happening. It's so unfair that the poor fellow was standing there running the most powerful country in the world for so many months.
Yeah.
I think of, Atal Bihari Vajpayee's last few. Let me just set it up here. Definitely one of the best prime ministers, best speakers.
In what sense was he the best?
No, I'll come to that. We don't have time. We'll talk about Musharraf and him and
Pokhran.
It could have gone the other way. For me, that's enough. Let's not get into everything else. And quite a secular man, from what I've studied. But at the end of the day, in his last avatar, not coherent, not fully coherent. So that's a little risky. I mean,
towards the end.
Atal Bihari. Yeah. Don't try to feed
No,
me
but-
wrong information.
No, I'm saying when he retired, he was okay, right? When he went out of
No,
acting.
towards the end, I don't think he was fully, the capacities were diminished. Not as bad as Biden. But I'm saying if these kind of guys are running your nuclear sort of policy, that's still scary. So you got the nutcases who want to go to war. We won't take names across the world. Then you've got guys who are capacity is diminished, mental capacity. It's just too much responsibility for a person who's, as it diminishes, because everyday mind diminishes. I'm thinking, don't have the nuclear responsibility.
You heard this, that some people believe the US president carries a briefcase with him everywhere.
Which has the code in it.
So if he goes to the bathroom also, he has to keep it beside him.
Yeah.
And then one day Biden is just like he's hungover or something. He wants to open his closed car and then by mistake
The wrong button, yeah.
हो सकता है ऐसा.
Probably did happen. We've had two wars this year which shouldn't have happened. So, yeah. But if you go back to Peru, with 2023, the leader of Peru, the president or prime minister, the lady, whose name her name is Dina, she went and got a nose job done, and she was under anesthesia for about 4 hours. And now they want to prosecute her, criminal prosecution, that for 4 hours while you're under anesthesia, you had not deputed someone to run the country.
Ooh.
So, bro, there's something in this. Because technically, that's not a wrong argument. So, for 4 hours, anything could have happened. You're completely comatose. You're unconscious. Okay? So, this Prime Minister or President Dina is lying there. Peru could have been attacked by Uruguay.
So she can't sleep only anything.
No, but she's not unconscious. She's sleeping.
Unconscious.
But I like your thinking. You should have done law. This comedy is a waste. I'm telling you right now.
So one of the allegations, this reminds me, in South Korea also is that the president's wife has accepted Dior bags and shit, and this is a big thing there.
Oh, Imran Khan?
Yeah, or Mahua Moitra.
Well, yeah. So Mahua Moitra, I'm not so sure about. I mean, she comes from a flashy world, so that's fine. But Imran Khan, they've attacked only on presents.
Yeah.
They keep finding presents that he's kept.
Politics is all about
Which Indian leader doesn't keep presents? What are you saying, bro? You think they won't give the flowers back?
No, so it's also symbolic in politics. So
Yeah.
you can't accept a Dior bag, but if you are under FRCA violations in the US, that's okay. That kind of big scams are okay.
Okay, but back in South Korea, so they have the rate thing, what you can accept? Like Dior is X amount you can't accept, but let's say Gucci you can accept.
Maybe she taken it from, and also stock manipulation.
Why do we send her something from Prem Sons Beach Candy? Little cheaper. So why do they make a big deal out of all this? Just stick to making policy, and who cares what bag you have?
Yeah.
Really? Remember that confusion over Rahul Gandhi's shirt? I can't remember the brand's name.
Yeah, it's expensive.
I mean, really, that's what we want to fight about.
Yeah.
He's wearing this
That's
shirt.
what it's come down to.
And for that reason, we won't vote for him. I mean, really.
Yeah, and the man himself wore a suit worth lakhs something.
Yeah, but when you say the man himself, I don't know who you're talking about. Because I am not part of this podcast.
Yeah, everyone knows.
I'm alone.
So, for legal purposes.
I've just got nothing to do with this podcast. Yeah. Punit Pania at punitpania.com.
Last story is a little bittersweet story where Sachin was seen along with Vinod Kambli at a small event.
Sorry, yeah, I saw that.
Commemorating Achrekar, their coach, the late great.
Yeah. And not only that, Mumbai's royal blood was there. Mumbai cricket's royal blood. Going past generations because Achrekar has touched a lot of people.
Yeah.
He's the great Dronacharya of our part of the world. But coming to Kambli, from what I read...
Did you see the video?
I saw the video.
Yeah.
I mean, what to do here? He's my age exactly. And the sad part is he's been in rehab 14 times. His friend Marcus Couto, who's an umpire, a close friend, said 14 times he's been in, 14 times it's either not worked out or whatever.
Not worked out.
Now 14 times, so you can see people have tried to help him. People see Sachin is not helping. Sachin has tried to help him. They've got him jobs at MCA. They've got him jobs at MIG. They've pushed him here and there. It's not a bad community. But after some time, people can't. What do you do?
Yeah.
14 times in rehab.
It's alcohol.
Initially, it's alcohol, but now I think he's in a very bad state health-wise because he's not drinking apparently for a few months. But already he's destroyed himself a lot, like mental capacity. Again, we were talking about all that.
Yeah.
And if you saw the speech.
He's tried to sing, which is also
He's tried to sing.
Yeah.
The singing was a little more clear than the speech. The speech was really slurring and all that. Yeah, he's only 52, 53.
Yeah.
So I mean, go back to that 93 England tour, Zimbabwe tour. I don't know if you remember all this, but he was double centuries back to back, and everybody's talking about him. Is he going to overtake Sachin? Why did we hold him back and give him a debut later?
My most clear memory is 96 when he cried at Eden Gardens.
Yeah, but he was still there. I mean, he wouldn't have won from that position, but he was still in the fight.
Yeah.
A lot of bad luck happened. He got injured on the ankle. He got injured again before his recalls. So there's a lot of bad luck, but it's sad because the way he was with the IPL and all that, he could have easily been part of some coaching staff. And if you see the other boys around it from his generation, like Zubin Bharucha and him are same generation. Zubin is running Rajasthan Royals. He's the technical director from the first year till the fact that Zubin wears the same dirty black shirt and doesn't spend money is not the point. The point is that they're rocking. All of them are rocking. Vinod Kambli should have been rocking.
Yeah.
He won't be Sachin. There's only one Sachin. That's fair. But he'd have been doing well. It's like in your line, there's one great comedian. Ornab. And then there's all of us, But,
and all of us.
You pay
We're
bills.
Still trying. Yeah, pay bills.
Oberoi Builders is giving us a discount because we've done so much about how well they've done. 12 crores for a Rolls Royce, boss.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pay your bills and pay your GST.
What would you buy your father if you had too much money?
Too much money.
Like, what would be an apt gift, you think? Like how he bought the Rolls Royce.
He wants a plot in Haridwar, so I'll get
He wants a what?
A plot in Haridwar.
Well, why Haridwar? He's religious. How did you come from this family? Have you checked your 23andMe?
I survived.
Huh? Are you Sitaram Yechuri's grandson or something? Because you seem to be too left for this family. Your dad wants to go to Haridwar and spend his days there.
Yeah.
Wow. Which is not a bad thing.
Yeah, I mean, sabka apna.
I mean, if you live in Mumbai, it's a step up.
Yeah. Somebody goes to Sunburn, somebody goes to
Yeah,
Kumbh
how
Mela.
does it
It's the
matter?
same.
Just get out of here.
Yeah.
Really. Huh.
But I think I got out because I went to Xavier's. That was the turning point. If I hadn't gone to Xavier's, I would have been another shoot from Kandivali.
But not all are. If you had to give a percentile. Okay, don't answer.
No, you can see who wins the elections for the past whatever years. You can find. But and all my school friends, I meet them now. They become their fathers, all of them.
This is going to stay on the internet.
Yeah, it's...
Your school friends will see this. Somebody will see this.
They are going to see a lot of stuff in the coming months anyway.
Oh my God.
I have an entire
So
set
none
on
of your
them.
school friends are your friends now.
We're still friends because they're childhood friends.
So when you say becoming your father, do you mean physically? Because that could happen. You start balding, aging, blah, 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 blah.
No, it's just... No, in terms
You
of,
mean they become their father's personality?
Yeah, they become the uncles that the fathers were. The same.
And they preach the same preachings that the father's preaching, they start preaching.
Yeah.
Like the building uncle that
The
irritates
same
you.
ideology, the same massage parlors, the same bars.
Wow. And the massage parlors where they do their ideology, which is really scary. Underneath one towel, with an erection, you're telling somebody what? Remove this community! Remove them all! Beta aur.
And better from that community only.
Wow. Pania ji. We'll make our own documentary one day with Bryan Johnson as the lead actor. Well, what should we do? Does he die in the end? Oh, I don't know. I mean, it depends.
Trips on a banana peel.
Ouch, yeah. Oof. All we have to do is get Bryan Johnson married.
Yeah.
And then I'm sure he will not want to live
He
longer.
has a child, so I'm sure he's married at some point. So,
His wife left him. That's why he's looking so good.
yeah. That is
We have to wrap up. Love. Quick
All right.
AMA.
All
Quick
right.
last AMA.
No, we covered everything today.
Done?
Yes.
Excellent. So where are you performing?
This goes out next week.
This goes out when it goes out. Give us dates.
Okay.
Okay, in Jan he's in England. I know that.
That's Feb. But I'm doing Mumbai.
But Jan in India is Feb in England, no?
yeah.
Because they're ahead. Huh.
Yeah, Mumbai and Pune this weekend and Bangalore.
What weekend? Give the dates, bro. I don't know what when this goes out.
14th Pune, 15th December Mumbai, and 22nd to 24th, 3 days in Bangalore.
24th, my son's coming back, so I'll be at the airport, so I can't come.
Ah.
The others, I'll just skip. Anyway, Punit, thank you so much. We have a guest waiting.
Pleasure.
So we've got to get on with life.
Yes. Bye.
As you say in your colony, Jai Hind.
Jai Maharashtra also.
Oh.